the Great Miami. I wanted to get out here this evening and do some fishing for a couple hours. It is my desire that I will catch a couple rock bass, which I'm certain will probably bite, and maybe get a crappie. I'm hoping if I can find where they are, I should do pretty well and catch a number of crappie. But in particular, I'm searching for tonight. It's been a cold day, it's been a rainy day through most of the day, and it's just the temperatures have dropped probably about a good 10 degrees from yesterday, and so it's definitely impacted the fishing quality. I'm certain of that. And right now there is a wind that is actually pretty fierce. But when I left home, it said it was going at about 25 miles per hour. So it's certainly a windy day. Right now is at this moment it is probably right around 5:45, somewhere in there. And so I want to see if I can catch some fish. So it's my goal. I'm hoping to catch more smallmouth from what I caught last time. If you remember, I caught my one real nice one. So I'm hoping to be able to catch at least a few more smallmouth as well. So I'm going to get to fishing and let you know what's happening. So you take care and let's have some fun. Got myself a rock bass here. The wind was blowing in such a way I couldn't even tell that I had one, but what a pretty rock bass there. So we're gonna let him go, but thanks for letting me catch you. Yeah, I had hooked on to him and started bringing him in because the wind's blowing. It was blowing me so quickly towards it. It felt like I had like a little rumble in my line or something like that. And I was trying to determine where it was at or what was causing it to kind of like jiggle a little bit as I was bringing it in. But yeah, I didn't feel the fish. So with that one, I didn't even really set the hook. It was almost like you were bouncing your lure off the bottom. Yeah, I got a good fish here. Let's see what it is. Oh yeah, bass. All right, my second smallmouth bass of the year. There we go. Woo, nice good splash. Whoops. Drop my pool in the water. Tell you what, these minnows work really, really well, these Berkley minnows. But you get a good fish like this, they hit them. And they pretty much tear those up. But yeah, look at that beautiful smallmouth. Oh, thank you so much. What a beautiful, beautiful fish. I put on my oar the ability for me to do a measurement. Let me spin it around, put it where I wanted it. And I'm gonna give a good check and see what size. There we go. The wind's not helping me right now. Okay. So it's basically 13, a little more than 13 inches. So what a beautiful fish. Gonna let him go, let him get bigger. Thank you so much for biting. All right, got myself a little smallmouth. Whew. What a beautiful little fish. That's a beautiful little smallmouth. At this point in time in its life, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, just about 7.5 inches. So what a beautiful little smallmouth. I put him back and let him get bigger. I'm gonna try one near that tree. Got to be careful because with the wind blowing, it'll blow me right onto the tree with the cast. Oh, I caught a little pull there. Wasn't sure if it was a weed or if it was the fish. I'm gonna give it another toss over there and see. try one more in a little bit closer. Right there. If there's a fish, it should come running out and grabbing it. Yes, got one. Ooh, splasher. Yes. Okay, come on. Yep, hold on. I want to get this in and out of you as quick as you want it out of you. There we go. Well, you see that beautiful fish? And according to my thing, it would make it roughly a 12-incher. So, what a beautiful fish. Probably weighs maybe about a pound. But just a beautiful fish. Gonna let it go. Let it get bigger. First, I might stumble upon a crappie. And so I was kind of wanting to see if I could drum one of them up in this process. Try to get by the tree. I'm being careful because of the way the wind's blowing right now. I mean, if you've been fishing from a boat in the wind, you know what I'm talking about. The power of that wind to just literally, in some cases, throw the bait back at you, in other cases, blow it way off track from where you wanted it to go, and can really mess you up. And as you see right now, when I'm throwing it, it's kind of blowing it back at me a little bit. But I'm afraid that if I give it a good, if I try to compensate for that too much, I'm going to end up throwing myself right into the point where I'll be in that tree, which is really where I want to get this close to, but not in it, in order to see if I can get a crappie. All right, I got a fish. Rock bass. All right. What a beautiful fish. These are a kind of fish that, you know what, some people don't even enjoy catching them. They look at them and they're like, oh, what a waste. But I'm telling you, I really enjoy catching these little fish. As a bass, I know they're more closely connected to the paying fish and that kind of stuff, but they have some certain attributes that make them very much like a bass. They're aggressive. They will hit almost anything, and they can put up a pretty good fight, and they're just a pleasure to have. So I'm gonna let him go. There we go. He's off getting bigger. Let me see if I can catch another one. I caught him after I touched the ground. I bounced off the ground a couple times with this lure, and I'm using the Berkley Gulp Minnow, which I'm telling you, for this early spring, particularly with these cold weather patterns that we've been having, has been really a fantastic bait to use. My typical one that I like using, my bass tube, white tube, which generally does very well for me, just has not produced the quality and quantity of fish that I have generally gone. Now I'm caught in these processes. Now I'm certain that as I get closer to in the good thick of spring and the weather finally changes and starts to actually stay in temperatures that are decent, I'm sure my tube bait's going to pick back up and it's going to give me plenty of action, and I'll be back to that faithfully. But as of right now, if I had to choose one thing to use in this cold and warm period that we've been getting, I would have to go with these Berkley Gulp minnows. And of course, the minnow I'm using right now is a 3-inch, and I got another one. Whew, that's a bigger one. Let me get him. Yep. So yeah, I'm using a 3-inch minnow right now, and it's catching for me smallmouth, and it's catching for me rock bass. So what a beautiful fish. And I say they probably average roughly around the anywhere between 6 to 8 inches, but they're fun to catch. But you could see they play havoc on them. And a trick I learned is that once your gulp has been worn away on the one end, what I do is I turn it around upside down and I play it through and put it through its belly and then stick it through, and it will at least catch one more, maybe 2 more fish for you, because what it ends up mimicking is a dead fish or a fish that's in the process of dying. And in doing that, it actually gives me the opportunity to extend that plastic bait at least a use of one more time before I got to get rid of it. Right, I got a nice one. Not sure what it is yet, but it's giving me a fight. Oh, bass. All right. Yes. All right, come over here. Let me get you. Woo. Come on, buddy. There we go. Whoops. He wanted that lure so bad that when he hit that worm, or that minnow so bad that when he hit it, I mean, he took it. Look at that. What a beautiful, beautiful fish. That is a nice smallmouth. I would estimate somewhere in the neighborhood of about, let me see, 14. Wait, was that 14? Yep. Well, no, 15. Yep, 15 inches. So that's a real nice, beautiful smallmouth. Real nice one to catch. Right there you can see the Berkley Gulp outfishes all other baits, and I got to tell you right now, my experience has been those Berkley Gulp minnows have been certainly outfinishing anything that I've been using, and I would definitely recommend these. I haven't actually fished with this kind of stuff in quite a while, but this year, this spring, it's been the magic formula. Oh! Should be a good spot underneath that bridge there. Really quite shallow in some spots, and it just makes a real nice place for fish to stage up and get ready for bait fish and other kinds of crayfish and other things to come down, and of course then it looks to feast upon that. So it's just it's a good feeding station. Oh, shucks. There we go. Looks like a largemouth. All right. Oh, that's a beautiful largemouth. You'll see him in there. Just make sure I'm recording. Yep. What a beautiful fish. I think I had just another largemouth a little bit ago, and I think I lost it. It's just really difficult with the wind to try to get your bearings and try to get things situated where you can actually catch. But I think I got another one. Nope, It might be a snag. Oh, shucks.